Hey, guys and gals. I'm going to talk to y'all about O2 sensors. And I'm also going to touch base again on MAP sensors and evaporator vent purge valves, that are on your engine or in your engine compartment in your car, pickup, whatever. I'm going to talk about those three things, okay? Go hand in hand. If you get lean codes or you get running to rich codes, whatever type vehicle you may have. Okay, people, stop falling for the O2 sensor scamming, racketeering going. Stop it. See, what it is, you have many stations that do inspections and many shops, car repair shops. Right off the bat, they will throw at you, your O2 sensors need to be changed. Why? Because generally they keep them in stock and it's a guaranteed way to make immediate money. And then they'll say, but while we were at it, we also found this, that, or this. People, if you have an oxygen sensor that fails, whether it's your H02, which is your heated oxygen sensor, which is your upstream oxygen sensor, it can be on the intake manifold of some four-cylinder cars, but generally is on the exhaust, between the exhaust manifold, just before it gets to the catalytic converter. Your downstream O2 sensor is not the heated. See, that's why you have a H02 and an O2. It means those are oxygen sensors. One stands for heated oxygen sensor, the other regular O2. It doesn't heat itself or whatever, okay? Now, if a problem occurs with those people, it's not going to be something someone's going to say, oh, well, that's what's wrong. No, people. No. That's why ECM, power control modules, produce codes. There's going to be an H02, O2 sensor code. I've been seeing videos from shops and it's saying, if your system's running too rich, it's either your O2 sensors or your MAP sensor. That is not true. If your system's running too rich, let's say it was the MAP sensor, again, you're going to get a MAP sensor code. Your engine light's going to come on. It's going to be a MAP sensor code. Okay, oxygen sensors, you're going to get a code. But let me tell you something else about oxygen sensors. Did you people know that on all cars and pickups, oxygen sensors have a fuse in the junction box under the hood? And if they don't have the junction box, distribution box that's in the engine compartment, they will have that fuse inside the vehicle wherever the fuse panel is. It has a fuse. There's a 15-amp fuse that handles all four of those damn sensors, people. You see, you've got, for every V6 engine and V8, you have four O2 sensors, two on each side. For a four-cylinder, you have two. Or a six-cylinder inline, you have two. Okay? There's a fuse. And that there's not a fuse for each individual four O2 sensors. One fuse, simple little bitty fuse like you buy at AutoZone that just plugs in real nice and pretty, about a 15 amp. You check the damn fuse. If you have O2 system, like symptoms, which a lot of these shops are saying, if you're getting a rich code on your left bank or your right bank or your one bank, which would be an inline engine, okay, they're saying your O2 sensors if it's not your MAV sensor, it's your O2. Okay, that is not true. Those are liars. They are not mechanics. Those are salespeople. Salespeople is what those are, okay? If your O2 sensors, if one fails, you're going to get an engine code. That's why those engine codes were created. So that you could identify a malfunction. Furthermore, you check your fuse first, people. And also for the evaporative system in cars, whether it be, the gas tank, has a fuel pressure sensor on it. Alright, and then you got the purge valve on the engine or on the firewall in the car, in the engine compartment. Those two have fuses in those fuse panels. Look at your owner's manual and find out where your fuses are. Check your fuses, And I'll tell you something beautiful. I've got multimeters, which you can use as an ohm meter as well. You put it on the 200 setting, and check for resistance and non-active wiring, or, positive. And you can watch two of my videos on a Dodge Ram pickup and a Ford pickup where I demonstrated how to check the battery first to see if your battery's good, and then start the engine and make sure your alternator's good. Watch those videos. They're in my list. On my channel here, just click on videos. You'll see a list. It goes down in a row. It's about all kinds of things you might need to know. I mean, the information is there. And I do have knowledge, okay, because, I'm a master machinist. I retired from Hydro Company. I'm age 67 right now as a metals engineer. I also, part-time, taught courses in LaPorte, Texas, at a vocational college for auto mechanics. And I did that back in 2003. I did that for a while. Okay, so I know my business, because, see, I could have never gotten in there or passed the proper test if I didn't know what the hell I was doing, people. But you people are getting taken big time, big time. Quit just letting a-holes change your O2 sensor. Stop that. Generally an O2 sensor never ever needs to be changed. Let me tell you what happens. Usually the wiring can be damaged. The wiring. Or some that are up by the engine, the wiring can get too hot if they're too close to the exhaust. Okay, that can cause a problem. Yeah, go ahead and change that O2 sensor. You can also unscrew an O2 sensor. Let's say you get a code and you check your fuse or change it, or the fuse is okay. Alright, unscrew it from the exhaust or catalytic converter, whichever O2 sensor it is. The tip on it, hell, it's just a stud sticking out there. Scrape it off. Clean it. Clean it. Don't use a fucking chemical on it or any goofy shit like that. Just take a knife and just scrape it off and scrape the tip off, and then put it back in there. Okay? And then, ye-o penetrating oil. And people quit using dielectric grease. Quit doing that bullshit. If you want a non-conductive grease, good as a non-conductor, use Vaseline. Vaseline. See, too many people, they're not aware of these things that us master mechanics and long-time mechanics know about. Also, these test lights, man, they are beautiful. Beautiful. Because, you get a ground source with this in. It'll tell you if any wire is active or not active. Now, about purge valves. Before you just go run out and buy another purge valve, those little things run from $35 to $150. Don't just go waste a lot of money right away, okay? There's two things you do. First off, unplug it, alright? Then turn the key on without the engine running. Stick it in each wire where it plugs in, and this right here should light up. If this doesn't light up, check the fuse for it, people. Look in your owner's manual. Alright. Now, if you're okay there, take off. You have one hose that goes to the engine. You have one hose that leads back to your fuel tank and your evaporator canister on the vehicle. Take the bottom one off that goes to the gas tank. Leave the one on there that goes to the engine. Now, when you start that engine, it won't open right away. But after it runs about 5 minutes, or after 10 minutes of that vehicle running, if that has not opened, you'll hear the suction. It'll be going, it'll be loud enough. You'll hear it. And you put your finger over it and feel the suction down there. You'll feel it, okay? You know it's working A-okay. If after 10 minutes it doesn't open, change your purge valve, okay? Now, the purpose of this video, I am sick and tired of gas stations and garages. Oh, you need to change your O2 sensors. That is just something they want to do to make money. Because see, they can make that for O2 sensors, they can make that into a 2-hour job. That's going to run you $230, and then they're going to bump up the price of the O2 sensors to $70 each. Okay, that's $280. See, they want to kick you in the butt for over $550. When O2 sensors rarely ever just stop working. Unless the wiring, it needs to be clean where it plugs in, or there's a damaged wire that's visible to the eye and by feeling it, okay? Oh my God. I make these videos to help people. See, most people, it's a psychology. They think that any accurate information, okay, that I'm supposed to be standing in this shop with a uniform on and standing up there, and I'm supposed to look mean looking and have rough skin and have a beard. Hello, this is Earl. I'm going to show you people how we diagnose this stuff. See, that's the shit you're listening to. That's not accuracy, people. Because you take the people that created these sensors, the electronics capital of the world right now is Israel, believe it or not. And it used to be Japan. Okay, Japanese people, for example, they're not aggressive. They're fighters, true. But they're not hard, harsh-looking men with wrinkles and big hands and muscles. That's not where intelligence is. That's like saying the biggest gorilla that, is the most intelligent and needs to rule. That's type ignorance by that. Get your brains on straight, people. Listen to my videos. Because see, my idea here, before I die, I want to help as many people as I can. And YouTube, if you want to hold my videos down, I'm sorry. But you're only hurting your daughter, your son, or your own family when you do that, because the information I'm talking about, when I'm up at my friend Nick, there's actually an acquaintance at the mobile station that he reopened about 6 months ago. I hear this shit all the time when I play. Oh, you need your O2 sensor shut. Then when he gives the car back to the person, and it's still there, I go, well, what it is, you're going to have to go to the dealer and have your ECM reflashed. You see? They're doing this to people and getting away with it. Anything you use on M-Line, you have to educate people. Educate. Because if you're stupid about your body, or you're stupid, like in the Old West, if a person was stupid about their gun or how to clean it or the best, you're going to get taken advantage of, okay? They're going to see you coming. But what did I leave out? I said I was going to talk about MAF sensors, purge valves, and O2 sensors. Yeah, I covered it all. Because a MAF sensor is going to throw you a code. A person can't stand there at some damn job. When's the last time you changed your MAF sensor? Really, sounds like you might need a MAF sensor. If they're not getting in that vehicle and reading codes, they're just bullshitting and trying to make a bunch of money off you people. They're just trying to make a bunch of money off of you. Okay, and I noticed too videos that look very professional. It's like if you're getting a quick fix, the two things to fix, if you're getting rich engine codes of PO 172 and 175. First, change your MAF sensor. Second, change your O2 sensor. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Because generally, those are not the things that would cause that, and neither one is going to throw engine codes, people. Okay? But what can cause a rich engine code? Okay, it can be a purge valve that is stuck closed, that is not open. Alright? It can also be from an injector, one or more, that leaks. But if you're showing rich codes for both sides, it would be injectors on both sides leaking. Okay, or now one video said if you have a vacuum leak, it can cause a rich code. No, you won't. If you have a vacuum leak, you're going to get what is called lean codes, a 171 or 174 code, like for Ford vehicles. You're going to get a lean code because if you're adding more air, to a throttle body or an intake, versus the fuel, there will be less fuel per the air, okay, and vice versa. A vacuum leak is not going to cause a rich code. And there's other factors to look at. Like, for example, I know on my Ford truck that I had trouble not with the purge valve, but with the plug that plugs into it. The ground wire on the purge wire plug goes to the electronic control module. And it's only activated after the vehicle runs for the first 3 minutes. The ECM activates the ground so that it has current, to where it's always got active current with the key on in the one wire, that plugs in. Alright, that was the problem I was having, okay? But the purge valve itself, was fine. It was just the ECM wasn't able to command the purge valve to open after the first 5 minutes or whatever because of the ground wire. The ground wire was slightly defective on the back of the plug wire itself. I cleaned it up and tightened it in there, shoved it in there better, and it started working right, okay? There's things to look for. And remember, your O2 sensors, you do have a fuse for those O2 sensors, people. And it's a simple fuse. It's not a circuit breaker. No. Don't let someone lie to you and try to give you a $40 circuit breaker. It's a fuse. A simple fuse. Okay? Alright, but anyway, I hope you're all having a good evening, night, day. And I love you, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is our Savior. That's the only way, people. That's the only way, you know. But anyway, later, later. And bye for now. I shall miss all of you. Da 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 da. I shall never lose my sense of humor and my fun spirited self. Where is the mail, Sarah?